Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Heartbreak in Melbourne broken heart Coco Gauff's Australian Open dream ends after crushing loss. Coco Gauff's hopes of lifting her first Australian Open title came to a painful end after a tough quarterfinal defeat to Alina Svitolina. The 21-year-old American struggled to find her rhythm as Svitolina dominated the match, winning 6-1. 6-2 under the Melbourne lights. It was a night filled with frustration and disappointment for Gauff, who had arrived with high expectations and strong momentum. Despite the crushing loss, her journey once again reminded fans of her resilience, and that even heartbreak can be part of a champion's story. The lights of Melbourne still shone bright. The crowd still buzzed with anticipation. But as the final ball was struck and the scoreboard told its unforgiving truth, silence replaced belief. For Coco Gauff, the Australian Open dream ended not with fireworks, but with heartbreak. This was supposed to be the tournament where everything aligned. Form, confidence, history, momentum. Coco arrived in Melbourne carrying expectations not just from fans, but from herself. And for much of the tournament, she looked ready to fulfill them. Then came the night that changed everything. A dream run fueled by belief. Before the loss, Coco's Australian Open campaign felt special. She moved through the early round with calm authority, defending fiercely, attacking with intent, and showing a level of composure that suggested growth beyond her years. Each victory reinforced the idea that this could be her moment. Melbourne embraced her. The chants grew louder. The confidence grew stronger. The dream felt real. The match that shattered the momentum. On a tense Melbourne night, inside Rod Laver Arena, Coco stepped onto court knowing the stakes. A win would push her deeper into Grand Slam territory, where legends are made. A loss would end months of preparation in a single moment. From the opening games, the match carried weight. Rallies stretched longer. Margins became thinner. Every point felt like a negotiation between belief and doubt. Coco fought, but the rhythm never fully settled. Unforced errors crept in. Break points slipped away. And slowly, painfully, momentum shifted to the other side of the net. When the final point ended, Coco stood still, racket lowered, eyes fixed on the court, absorbing the reality she had tried to outrun. The moment the dream ended, there is a unique silence that follows heartbreak in tennis. No timeouts, no teammates to lean on, just the echo of what could have been. Coco walked to the net, shook hands with dignity, and acknowledged the crowd. Her expression said everything words could not. This wasn't just a loss. It was the end of a dream she believed in deeply. Tears, applause, and a standing ovation. As Coco left the court, the crowd rose. Not out of celebration, but respect. Fans understood what they had witnessed. A young champion giving everything, falling short, and still standing tall. Some moments transcend winning, and this was one of them. The applause followed her down the tunnel. A reminder that heartbreak does not erase greatness. Inside the emotions, a champion's vulnerability. In the post-match moments, Coco didn't hide. She spoke honestly about disappointment, about frustration, about how badly she wanted this tournament to end differently. "It hurts," she admitted, "because I believe I could go all the way here." Those words carried weight, not weakness. They revealed what makes Coco special. She feels deeply because she cares deeply. Why this loss hurts so much. This defeat cut deeper than most. Coco came in with strong form. She had history within reach. She carried momentum from previous Grand Slams. Everything pointed forward, which is why the sudden stop felt cruel. But heartbreak is often the price of ambition. A reminder, greatness isn't linear. Tennis history is filled with painful losses that later became turning points. Every champion, without exception, has faced nights like this. Nights where confidence cracks. Nights where belief is tested. Nights where dreams end too soon. This loss doesn't define Coco's career. It shapes it. The mental toll of the spotlight. At just 21, Coco Gauff carries expectations most players never experience. Every match analyzed. Every emotion judged, every loss magnified. Yet even in heartbreak, she showed maturity, refusing excuses, accepting responsibility, and already looking forward. That mindset is why this moment hurts now, but promises strength later. Support floods in. After the match, support poured in. Fellow players offering respect. Fans expressing pride. Analysts praising her courage. The message was clear. This loss does not diminish her stature. If anything, it humanized her. What this means for Coco's journey. This Australian Open dream may be over. A champion's exit. As Coco packed her bags and prepared to leave Australia, one thing was certain. She didn't leave defeated. She left learning. Learning how fine the margins are. Learning how heavy expectations feel. Learning how much more she wants this. Final word. Heartbreak today. Hope tomorrow, broken heart, right arrow, purple heart. The Australian Open dream ended under Melbourne's bright lights, but Coco Gauff's future remains just as bright. Heartbreak hurts because belief was real, and belief like that doesn't disappear. Broken heart tennis, this was not the end of Coco Gauff's story. Only a painful chapter in a journey still rising. Tennis broken heart. Melbourne will remember her tears. The tennis world will remember her response. And Coco Gauff? She'll remember this night, when the dream broke, but the champion inside grew stronger. Sometimes, the most painful defeats are also the most revealing. Coco Gauff's Australian Open journey may have ended in heartbreak, but this loss does not define her. It refines her. Falling in straight sets to Alina Svitolina was not the ending fans hoped for, yet it serves as a reminder of how unforgiving Grand Slam tennis can be, even for the brightest stars. For Gauff, the disappointment was visible, the weight of expectations, the dream of first Australian Open title, and the belief that this could be her moment all collided under the Melbourne lights. On this night, Svitolina was simply sharper, calmer, and more ruthless in the crucial moments. And in tennis, sometimes respect must be given to the opponent who executes better on the day. But heartbreak does not erase progress. Coco Gauff is still just 21 years old, already a Grand Slam champion, and already carrying the hopes of a new generation. Losses like this, especially on the biggest stages, often become the fuel that shapes future champions. Melbourne has taught her another lesson, and history shows that those lessons often return as victories. What matters now is not the scoreline, but the response. Champions are not made by avoiding pain. They are made by walking through it. Gauff has done that before, and she will do it again. This defeat will sting, but it will also strengthen her resolve. The Australian Open dream may be over for this year, but Coco Gauff's story is far from finished. If anything, this heartbreak is just another chapter in a career that promises many more opportunities, many more battles, and very likely many more titles. Because in tennis, heartbreak today often becomes history tomorrow. Broken heart tennis. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.